Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about the California sales event. So this is starting on the 21st, so today when this video goes live, 21st of March. It's going to run until the end of April, the 30th of April. And Volkswagen are doing some special offers on California. We're going to talk about them in a bit more detail. We're going to talk about the new model, the Surf model, which you might have heard the name bounding around that's there as well. So today's video, we're going to talk about this sales event, what's happening, why it's happening, in depth into what we know about this new model that's been launched today. You're probably wondering why we're having a California sales event in the current climate, knowing that, as you know, lead times, etc., and things like that. But Volkswagen, we've got more allocation in the factory, so we're going to get some more vehicles built. And at the moment, if you order California today, you might even get it within a couple of months, within 2 months delivery, depending on what you're ordering. So that's why this sales event. So we have a big push for California. You may have heard on the grapevine, on the news and things like that, you might have heard or read that the T6.1, so the 6.1 variation, they've actually closed the ordering of those, so you can't currently factory order a van or a combi style shuttle, etc. that's there. California, not the case. California, you can still order what you want for the moment, because I said we've got these extra vehicles that are coming in. So if you want a California and looking for one, now is definitely 100% the time to be doing it, and I'm going to get onto that in a little bit later on, and we're actually going to do a completely separate video coming up very shortly on where I think California is going in the next 6 to 18 months, and we're going to talk about in that video about the 6.1. It's with it being as it is currently as we stand, and the new variations that are coming thereafter, so on things like the T7 variations. So check that video out when that make sure you're subscribed, and then if you do that, you'll get notifications as well when those videos go live. But that's for a future video. So today it's about this sales event. So what is happening with the sales event? So essentially there is some more offers on the table for you. So on things like if you're purchasing outright, for example, on the Caddy, there's an extra £500. On the California itself, on the Ocean variations and Beach, there's an extra £1,000, and on the Grand there's an extra £1,500. Now these are on top of what already is in place currently. So on theirs, for example, you might already be aware things like the Grand California has £2,500 worth of options, which you can take on there as a deal. All these vehicles have got 1 year free insurance currently, and we've also got the 3 free services and MOT offer, which is on those vehicles. Those are current now, so if you bought one last week, you're getting all those anyway. But these are for future sales from today, from the 21st up to the 30th of April. And obviously then a big push on California for us, it's on there as well. So if you are thinking about one, now is 100% definitely the time to get those orders in. And then the other big news is this new model, the Surf. Now I've seen a couple of YouTubers who've picked up on this as well, and they've already posted things that's on there. We're only posting today because today is the day it actually goes live, that you can actually get the brochures, etc. And you should be able to go online and see the specifications of them. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we already know, as what we've already been told. We still don't have all the information, haven't got the options lists and things like that as yet. All that's going to be available on the 21st. So as you're watching this, if you're watching this after the 21st, it'll still be available. If you're watching this after the 30th of April, well, probably missed it. So the new Surf model is going to sit in between the Beach and the Ocean, and it kind of variations. As you know, we've had problems with getting vehicles built because of supply chains and things like that. So this model sits nicely where I believe is a lot easier to build, and it's not a coast, because somebody asked me that the other day, is the coast. So it's not a coast. It does look quite similar in specification to the coast model. It's based on the Beach and brings that forward through to the Beach, but it sits below the Ocean. Indicative pricing, we've been told that it's going to start from £68,234, and that is approximately £4,746 less than the Ocean. So that gives you an indication of where it sits. Obviously it sits a lot higher than something like the Beach camper is concerned. It sits in that midpoint. So some of the things that you're going to get on that vehicle, I'm going to run you down the list so that we know where we are. So 16-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights as standards. That's great, because obviously previously that wasn't always in there. Chrome strips on the radiator grille at the front. Tailgate with power latching. It's always nice, that one. Comfort dashboard. People have asked me about Comfort Dash a lot. So the normal 6.1, there isn't a Comfort Dash like there used to be. but when we hear and we talk about comfort dash, it's more referring to the size of stereo. So in something like the Beach, for example, the standard stereo, if you want to upgrade to the bigger stereo, you actually need to upgrade and get the bigger dash, really, essentially, because it needs that space to go in it. So that comfort dash really is more about, because it's going to have the 8-inch ready Discover Media unit, so you get a similar kind of specification to the Coast as far as it looks. It's in there, and it will look primarily on dash wise, it will look quite similar to the Ocean model with the size of the stereo that's there as well. So I think that's a really good point, actually, because I do quite like that. I like having the bigger screen that's in the front of the vehicle, so I think it's quite good. We've got additional LED lights in the pop-up roof and in the tailgate and in the kitchen cupboards, so the lighting concept that we're used to as well, that's in the 3-zone climate control. Again, I think that's a thing that comes with the dash that's there, so that's another good thing to have. Parking sensors front and rear. Cruise control. Also, it won't come with an awning, according to the information I've got at the moment. An awning is going to be an optional extra, so I'd imagine most people are probably going to want it with an awning. Not so many that don't, but that is, as far as I'm aware, going to be an optional extra that's there. And then the important thing is it's going to come with a gas hob with 2 burners, stainless steel sink with fresh water and wastewater tanks, and a compressor cool box. So all those things there that I've got written down, that tells me it's got the California kitchen in it. So as I say, I've not seen any pictures of the interior of a Surf yet. Obviously we're pre-recording this before the 21st, not the 21st at the moment, we're a week before then. So obviously once we actually get the brochure, etc., that will be confirmed. But my understanding and the way that I'm reading everything at the moment, it would definitely indicate that it's going to be of the same layout, and I would suspect it will be mainly as well because of the price difference between, as I said, it's just under £5,000 difference from an Ocean, and if you start looking at the difference in options that you're getting, that you're not getting on this compared to an Ocean, that price difference sounds to me about right. So as a model, I think it's great. I think it's a really, really good proposition. If you don't want all those real bells and whistles that you get on the Ocean, it'll give you another price point that comes in there, so it's a little bit cheaper that's there as well. Plus as well, if you're looking at doing a camper conversion maybe, and you're looking at a panel van or something like that, this gives you somewhere at a halfway house. So if you're thinking about that, definitely come and check out the Surf and see what it's all about and what it's like. We're going to assume things like, for example, has it got a manual roof, has it got an electric roof? Question, I suspect, going to put it out there now, I'm suspecting it's going to have the manual roof. Absolutely nothing wrong with the manual roof. Really, really good, nice and easy. If anything, it's quicker than the electric roof that's there. So, but I'm going to suspect that's what it's got because it's based on that Beach model. But time will tell. If you're watching this video, we'll be having a video out very shortly after the 21st, probably the week later, where we'll go through exactly what that vehicle actually does and doesn't have, and your options list, as we've done with all the other models in the past. Right, that's it for today. So that's all the information there for you, reference the sales event. So starting today, going to run to the 30th of April. Obviously just get in touch, we can sort out deals and things like that on the particular vehicles that we've got, what's coming through. It should all by then be live on Volkswagen's website, go check that out as well. That's there with the brochures and information that will be on there. As I said, we're going to do a follow-up video to this with the Surf and give you details of actually what's happening with there. And as I said as well at the beginning of the video as well today, we're going to have a look at a video and I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about where we think 6.1, for example, in this California is going. And I think it's quite an important video that for people to bear in mind, because I'm going to talk a little bit in that as well about where we think residuals will be. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, hit that subscribe button if you would please. That'd be great, and get more video content like this, and we'll see you next time.